we today will be discussing how to define your job search goal precisely and realistically. Okay, so realistic goal setting. When we look at how the job search process looks like, and to understand how long somebody will be looking for a job, we need to look at the complexity and consequently the duration of the job hunting process. Standard duration would be if you're looking for a job in line with your experience, competencies, and interests. A medium complexity and job search duration would be that you're looking for a job in line with your competencies outside your key industry. And difficult, you're looking for a job that is outside your core experience and industry. It's possible, but requires planning. Now, my recommendation, take quick notes on that, because I will be showing you real cases of candidates embarking on a job search process. And I need to be sure that we're on the same page when we say this is a standard job search process or a medium or difficult one. I want to make sure that we fine tune and really get on the same page. And I will be showing you soon a couple of scenarios, and I will be asking you the question, is it a standard, medium, or difficult job search process? And we will discuss why you're right or not right. So standard job search process in the past would take 3 to 4 months. Now it could take up to 6 months when looking for a job. A medium complexity in the past would take 4 to 6 months of systematic job search. Now I'd say it would be around 9 months. Difficult in the past, we would estimate, including the preparation time, to last 12 to 24 months. And I'd say with the coronavirus, that will still be the same. Person who has a master in architecture at the moment was studying executive MBA, had 5 years of experience as an architect, currently is an architect, and they want to be a startup consultant. What would you say? Is that a standard, medium, or difficult job search complexity? I can see some of you are already typing. Okay, so we're between difficult and medium. It's between, all of you, right? It's between medium and difficult. Why? We don't have enough information about that person yet, but somewhere between medium and difficult, definitely. That candidate had a master in economy, business studies, had 20 years of experience, out of which 15 years in a corporation, 10 years at a C-level, 5 years, and then 5 years self-employed. That person has been self-employed since 2015. And let's say because of the coronavirus, they say, I don't have enough clients, I don't have enough consulting projects, I need to go back to a corporation. I can see you already started answering the question that I haven't asked yet. Standard, medium, or difficult? Standard, medium, standard. Okay. There's one person who says hard. It is very difficult to rejoin the corporate world after having left it at a C-level. These are our most challenging projects from a career consultant position. There is something, and this has nothing to do with the actual competencies of the person, but there are some certain dynamics and invisible dynamics on the job market that prevent people from moving into certain directions, and I'll explain. So for example, in the legal field, if a lawyer has worked in an international law firm, they can continue or move to let's say step down to a local law firm, and from a local law firm they can go to an in-house position of a local company, and if they worked in an international law firm, they can go in-house to an international corporation. Now, if a local lawyer after 10 years wants to say, okay, I've worked in a local law firm, leading local law firm, I want to jump into the international law firm. That's not going to happen. So there's certain, you can always go, let's say, down, but not up. It's very hermetic. Same happens with people who left the corporate world, especially at a C level. So somebody who they climbed the corporate ladder for 5 years. After 5 years, they joined the board, 10 years board level, then self-employed, tried different things, had their own company, did consulting projects. The corporate world, even though they might have those competencies, they are very, very reluctant to even interview candidates who have not been active in a corporation for that long of a time. So that will be very difficult. So there's a perception aspect. But what if we rephrase that and say the current role is, since 2015, they have successful project-based advisory to management boards. And the goal is to find a job in a corporation as an advisor or external consultant. Question, would that be standard, medium, or difficult? And now this becomes standard to medium, closer to medium, because it's still getting into a corporation. It will again still be tough. Good. Here we have a question. I'm 29. I was an entrepreneur for 5 years. I worked on a big risky project that nobody would touch related to events and branding. Can I go to a corporation or an advertising agency? I did bigger projects than the agency and had more responsibility, but I feel people fear me. They say I'm amazing, but not their fit. How can I fix it? Let's look at that, Miliana, during Q&A, and you might find the answer in the course of the webinar. Let me just make a note so not to forget. Miliana, entrepreneur. So Miliana's question is, I'm an apple, but I want them to think I'm an orange so that they hire me. Okay. Entrepreneur agency. Okay. Here a comment, corporates have refactions since candidate worked 5 years non-corporate as self-employee. Sociologically, corporate people think that it might be difficult. Okay, yeah, exactly. So let's continue. Would that be standard, medium, or difficult? Somebody with a degree in psychology, 7 years with an HR department, currently HR business partner, goal HR business partner, HR manager. Standard, medium, or difficult? Some more say standard, 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 standard. Okay. Standard. What about marketing? MA in marketing, 11 years with marketing department, current role marketing manager, goal marketing manager. Standard, medium, or difficult? And I can tell you it's a trick question. It is a trick question because with marketing, it is tricky. I would say it is medium or difficult. And we need to be more concrete when formulating the goal or the potential added value. There are a lot of marketing people, and in uncertain times, the first thing that are cut are the cost centers. Cost centers includes marketing. So if I say I'm a normal marketing manager with no special skills and I want to find a standard marketing manager role, it will be between medium and difficult because of the sheer amount of candidates on the job market. But if I say I'm a marketing manager and I'm looking for a job because I have those competencies, I know e-commerce, I know how to digitalize certain tools, I've done social media and all of these things with success, then we'll look at the standard to medium job search process. Okay, so summarizing, if your job search process has a difficult complexity, that would include change of industry. If you want to be promoted, for example, from a manager to board level, you want to change countries without prior experience or language skills. Medium, when there's high competition, or standard would mean plug and play. So you have the relevant skills, especially for 2020. So if you have experience in digitization, restructuring, change management, optimization, leadership, anything analytical IT tools. So this is how we'd divide up and summarize those levels. And as you already saw, sometimes by rephrasing the goal or rephrasing our own profiles, we went from difficult to medium or from medium to standard. In other words, how you position yourself and what you're able to prove is key. And here are a couple of recommendations, especially for those of you who are between medium and difficult, but it also applies to standard. And it already said in the slide, what you are able to prove. In other words, evidence is credibility. Just the fact that you think you can do something or you actually can do something doesn't mean that the other side, the person that assesses the documents, that assesses you as a candidate, will see that as well. So evidence is credibility, and what's important, part of the interview already happens on the screen. With hundreds of candidates applying to one job, under time pressure, the recruiter doesn't have time to start calling 200, 300, 400 candidates. So part of the interview actually does happen on the screen. So if of 400 candidates, I have 20 candidates that deliver on a silver platter all the information that I need with successes, with described projects, etc., they will go first with the obvious, easy candidates that are easy in a sense, obvious, easy, that at first sight have the skills that I'm looking for. So if you have the competencies, create the evidence. If you can't do it already based on your past experience, how do you do that? You can complete courses and get certificates, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, massive online open courses, Coursera, etc. Some of them are completely free of charge. Then, and I recommend everybody to do that, no matter how small or big your role, express your projects and successes tangibly year by year. I would recommend you to go really make a list of from 2020 back to 2014, 13, and ask yourself, what projects did I deliver? What were the business consequences? What were my successes, my team successes? What successes did I contribute to? Hi, you have just watched a little fragment of all the know-how at Career Angels that goes into finding the best possible job. We have decided to put our know-how into one very thorough and structured course that is now available on Udemy. In that course, we will walk you through all 4 steps of the job hunting process. Step number 1 is about goal setting, realistic goal setting. We will explain career management theory backed by research, as well as walk you through the parameter bidding exercise. Step number 2 is about your unique selling proposition. In other words, how you position yourself on the current job market. Step number 3 is about communicating that in your CV for applicant tracking systems, and your optimized LinkedIn profile. Step number 4, the last step, is about managing and navigating the job hunting channels, meaning how to network, how to apply to job ads, how to contact headhunters, and how to contact and reach out to decision makers at the companies you would like to work for. So in summary, the course is very thorough, explains all our methodology, and is now available on Udemy. Summarizing, our course on Udemy walks you through the 4 steps of the job search process. Why did we decide to publish it? We did that so that your own job search becomes less frustrating, faster, and more effective. If you'd like to check it out, find the link down there in the description.